Hi everyone, welcome to this video on our visit to the Mayan Ruins in Tulum, Mexico. This was an excursion we took when our Royal Caribbean cruise ship docked in Cozumel. This was a 7-night Western Caribbean cruise on Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas, one of the largest ships in the world. This was the second stop on this cruise. The first stop was in Nassau in the Bahamas. We docked at 8 o'clock in the morning in Cozumel on the fourth day of our cruise, which was on a Wednesday. We were very interested in visiting the Mayan ruins in Tulum. Royal Caribbean has shore excursions listed online, and you can easily book your tickets in advance using the website, which is what we did. Here you can see the excursion we chose. This is called Tulum Mayan Ruins and Fifth Avenue Experience. It's approximately 8 hours in duration and cost $104 for adults. It was well worth the price since the tour guide was excellent. Since we booked through Royal Caribbean, we and everyone else who booked through the cruise line gathered with our tickets in the auditorium waiting for our group to be told where the meeting point would be. The meeting point turned out to be right outside the ship in front of the ferry, a 30-minute ride to the mainland. It was a pretty rocky ride and I felt a little dizzy. If you're prone to seasickness, I suggest you take Dramamine an hour before boarding the ferry. I don't get seasick on cruises, but I did feel shaky on this ferry ride. The ferry appeared to be just for tourists going on various excursions. Everyone was given a color-coded sticker so that they could easily identify which group you were with. We followed the mass of people until we got to a narrow street with lots of tour guides holding up signs. Remember, there are many excursions and there are also other cruise ships, so you need to look for a sign that matches both your ship and your excursion. Here you can see our tour guide holding up a sign for the Mayan ruins in Tulum, and so we followed him, and followed him, and followed him. It felt good walking. The weather was really nice summery weather, and coming from the northern United States in January, we were enjoying the nice sunshine and warmth. We walked for about 10 minutes until we came to a bus depot full of tour buses. The buses were clean and comfortable, and they handed each of us a small brown bag. Lunch, I guess. Let's see what's inside. Sabritas potato chips, another much smaller brown wrap package with a napkin and something that looked like mince, a Danish, and a juice box. So not lunch, more like a light snack. And then we were on our way. The tour guide spoke English.
Not much humidity. You're going to go meet Tulum. You're going to learn about the Mayans. You're going to meet some Mayans. You're going to drink some tequila. Probably you're going to eat something Mexican.
And he spoke non-stop the entire ride to the Mayan site.
Buenos dias, Gabriel.
Buenos dias, Gabriel.
And who I am? Well, I'm going to be one of your tour guides. I'm going to be the person in charge of the blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be the person in charge of making sure nobody messes with you. I'm here to tell you what's going to happen, to entertain you, to show you that history doesn't have to be boring.
About 45 minutes into the bus ride, we stopped at a local hacienda where we were able to use the bathroom, buy some souvenirs, and even some food. We spent about 30 minutes there, and then we were on our way again. This time around another half hour, and finally we were at the entrance. As we got off the bus, the tour guide gave us each headsets and explained to us how to set the headsets to his channel, and he also gave us our entrance tickets. He also explained that if we wanted to take video of the ruins, we would have to pay an additional fee of $4. Then we walked past some shops selling food and also souvenirs. There were vendors standing outside trying to sell whatever they could. All very friendly. I didn't feel pressured to buy anything. We saw some familiar signs. Here's a Subway, and here's a Haagen-Dazs. We walked past some shops and some more vendors trying to sell various things. This one was selling the chance to hold an iguana. Okay, we're still walking. We have not yet gotten to the entrance of the park. It's about a half a mile from the parking lot to the real entrance to the park. We are almost at the entrance. This is where I got another ticket for the rights to take the video in the park. It was around $4 US. If you are just taking photos and not videos, they don't charge. They also didn't charge people with smartphones, even though they can take video. I guess then they would have to charge everyone with a smartphone. Now we are finally at the entrance. You need to insert your ticket into a barcode reader and then go through the turnstile. And then I had to hand over my other ticket for the right to take video to a human, who then punched it with a hole puncher. And that's it, we were in the park. There was no security check of our backpacks. And then we had to walk a bit more and up some stone steps and a bit more walking until we came to a narrow stone tunnel. And then we were on the other side. And now we can see the ruins up ahead and a lot of iguanas basking in the sun. I think people were taking more pictures of the iguanas than of the ruins. There were signs in front of most of the larger structures. This sign says that this building was used for control and defense of its population. It is considered an important building because it has only 4 paths to enter by land and 1 path from the sea. I would have liked to look at the building a little longer, but the tour guide kept walking and we had to follow him. He took us to a clearing and explained about the history of this place and that we were looking at an ancient fire pit. He picked up a small stone and explained that it was part of the tools that the Mayans used. This one he's holding up is made from abalone.
And I understand that abalone, it's a shell that only comes from the Pacific area.
Wow.
Yeah? How this got here? We actually understand that all the cities had great connections, had great trading. That's what helped us recognize a lot of these great connections that the Mayans had since long time ago, that we could go back to pre-classic 1,500 years.
According to the tour guide, abalone is from a shell that only comes from the Pacific area, so how did it get here? And another iguana. He explained more about the Mayan calendar and culture, and it was very interesting. But it did keep us from getting a closer look. This is a problem with an organized tour. You need to follow the group and you can't really explore on your own. On the other hand, you get an experienced guide who can tell you all the interesting things about what you're looking at without doing the research yourself. Here he is showing the calendar seasons. I could see people getting up close to the ruins and I was getting a little frustrated that we were being kept back here. But the tour guide was talking non-stop and providing us with a lot of valuable information.
Moon lines up perfectly, 90 miles away each other. It's symbolizing 3 stars on the sky, forming what today experts astronomers identify as Orion's belt. Amigos, if you got 2 solid walls, what's happened when you do a talking or a clapping?
The acoustics, the bounce.
Gracias, the acoustic that bounce.
Right.
And actually the priest out there didn't have no microphone like Armando's having right now.
Here we came across a water cistern. Now we were finally able to walk closer to the ruins and explore a bit. I got a nice shot of myself in front of one of the buildings. And we walked around a bit more. They don't let you actually climb on the ruins like they do in some of the other parks. These are roped off, but we got pretty close and there were plenty of signs in front of each of the buildings to explain things. And then we were back at the narrow stone tunnel. I don't think this is the same one we came in through, but I'm not sure. And then we walked back through the tour shops as we made our way to the parking area where our bus was. Now we're back on the bus for the ride back to Playa del Carmen, where we would need to catch the ferry back to Cozumel. It took us around an hour to get back to the town of Playa del Carmen, and then the bus drove a bit more through the town until we finally got to the bus depot. And then another 10-minute walk back to the ferry area. This excursion was for the Tulum Ruins and also something they call the Fifth Avenue Experience. We walked back together with our tour guide to the tourist area around the ferry, and the beach is right there, and entertainment on the beach. Here's a map of where we are. Our ship is docked at Cozumel, but we are on a beach in Playa del Carmen. We walked around a bit and we found a payphone. Not sure if it works. And some fast food places. Back at the Fifth Avenue area, we found some familiar stores like Old Navy and tourist gimmicks like having dead skin on your feet eaten off by little fish. And then we walked around a bit more, taking in the sights. Back at the beach area, there was another set of entertainers, and then finally our tour group was ready to walk back to the ferry. On the way, we passed many more vendors selling all sorts of souvenirs. When we finally got to the ferry station, there was an escalator to take us up to the dock area, and wow, a Starbucks. And then another bit of walking to get to our ferry. This actually looks like the same ferry we took in the morning. A tiki hut. I wonder what that's all about. And then we were finally back on our ship. Here's a view of Cozumel from our cabin's balcony. All in all, it was a really nice day in Cozumel, or maybe I should say Tulum. It was a long ride there and back, but definitely worth the visit. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have your own experiences in Tulum, please share them in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, or both. And thank you for watching. Bye.